What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B-High Radio Shout. And as always, I got my podcast sisters off in this thing. I'm talking about Princess, Grandma, what happening? And Ray, what up, though?
What's good?
Hey, you know, we got a legendary songstress, writer, producer, one of my favorite singers of all time off in this thing, Marsha Ambrosius. What's going on with it?
Thank you. Yes.
How you feeling today, Marsha?
I'm great.
I mean, new album about to drop.
Oh my goodness, June 28th, Casablanco.
How you feeling about this thing?
It's the most excited I've ever been because I've held on to this album for a minute now, and I feel like now I can unleash it to the world.
Oh my God.
It feels like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Like, it's electrifying. And the fact that I can speak about it now, it's like, oh, I can't wait for you to hear this.
Okay then. I mean, that lead single, One Night Stand.
Ooh.
They're gonna moan it.
Like
I told you, it's gonna be a moaning day.
It's one of them nights, you know. And One Night Stand, it feels like one of them nights.
Okay.
Like the album is in that same vein where the song can start with like a 27-piece orchestra and then just transport you into that mood.
Yeah.
And then the beat drop and you just
feel sexy.
It's intimate,
Yeah.
you know. And I feel like when I work with anybody, that kind of happens naturally. And then getting to work with Dr. Dre, he let the musical studio be like a playground. Like I could just do whatever. It's like, look, if you could make something up, what would it be? No limitations, just do it. I was like, oh, bet, say that. And we went with it, recorded the album, and he was like, no, we need a 27-piece orchestra, let's go. So we went ahead and did that, put the arrangements on it. Eric Gorfain did that, and then okay, we need some horn pieces. I composed the horn sections. It was just, it was a lot. It was the most I've ever done on one album. And it took a year to clear it because we did so many. It's literally a time capsule of every piece of music that you ever loved in your life, every genre, and just said, we're just going to make one album out of everything. And we did. Some things on there, they shouldn't go together, and they do.
Ooh. Creative process, though. I mean, you said this took a long time to make. So, I mean, what was your mind at creating this album?
It was post, when I say post-pandemic.
Yep.
COVID was happening because it was 2021 when we were creating it.
Yeah.
So 2020 happens and the world changes. So I didn't get with Dre until the top of 2021.
Okay.
So we start recording what we think is an album April of 2021. We were done by June.
Okay.
Like the entire process. Like everything was written, everything was recorded. Any additionals we did were the strings. So when we started, it was like, we don't know what's going to happen on planet Earth. I don't know where this is going, but if it was to end tomorrow, what we doing?
Come on.
So it was like, make the album that if you were gonna die tomorrow.
Exactly. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
post-pandemic.
what would you do?
Exactly.
And it felt like that. So it feels, even during an apocalypse, I was like, how am I still making songs to make love to? Still. I was like, if it was going to end, let's get it one more time, baby, one night. Why not get it on that one night? And I was like, even in my darkest moments, I'd still make that music.
Exactly.
That makes the music. And that's what this album is.
What are you doing in Atlanta, though, Marsha?
What am I not doing in Atlanta? If I'm not eating like good food and just chilling with the homies. Like I used to live here.
Okay,
you know, so Atlanta was my first stop from like back in the day, early 2000s. So this is Apache Cafe, like way back. Exactly. You know what I mean? I was kicking musicians off their instruments and playing at 2 a.m. at Apache Cafe. I was for serious. Fast forward to like 06, 07. And I'm here, so it's Tabernacle, it's center stage, and like I've been coming to Atlanta. It's thumbs up, sweet thing. Like you know, this is when JD had, remember his spot, JD's spot, the after hours, and we used to have he had a drink This is when I was drinking. Brown liquor. I just knew it was a brown liquor infused Hennessy something.
Oh, probably
And-
Incredible Hope. Incredible Hope, probably.
He knows the name of it. I just said, get me one
Cafe
of them
Dupree.
JDs. We just ordered the JDs, the beef bites. So Atlanta, it's sentimental to me.
Okay,
you know?
yeah.
So when I hear my album, even listening to Casablanco, I'm like, there's a touch of ATL in there.
Damn right.
And that had to be unintentionally because I came into womanhood when I got to America. I was 21, 22 when we were deciding to come over here. So 22, 23 years old, I'm green. I know nothing, know no one, but I'm learning. So I become a woman when I'm here. I'm learning new things as I'm here. So
Come on now.
all of these stories that are in these very intimate songs. It's before I met you, babe. We
Like
all lived our
McDonald's, babe.
lives,
Yes,
you know?
it had to. But you know what? And I love that because, you know, your songs Say Yes, Far Away, all these songs have transcended generations, you know. Listen to you speak about this album now. Like, did you feel this way when you were making those songs? Because we know you said you had a little bit of a time when you was making Say Yes. You had an orgasm moment.
I did. And that's 24 years ago. That's how grown I am.
Yeah.
I recorded Say Yes 24 years ago.
Let's go.
This year. 24,
Where did that
summer of
time
2000.
go?
Yeah.
Right.
It just flew by.
Exactly.
And it was released, 2 years after that? So the song is 22 years old publicly.
Yes.
But yeah, it was one of
And
those
still
intimate
trending.
moments.
Come
You know,
on
and
now.
still trending. So the fact that I can not only talk about what I did 24 years ago, I can be here now and be just as excited about what I'm doing right now. It's new experiences, new life, new love, and Casablanco.
Come on now.
Casablanca. So one of your first songs, or maybe your first song, was about the boy in McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
Your crush.
And we still don't know who that is.
You still haven't found
I
him?
think I only mention him still just to see if, he's going to remember that, I worked at McDonald's. Like, where you at?
Where are you?
Just
We trying to thank you.
But yeah, it was a crush. Butterflies. Very easy, very innocent, very pure. 16 years old, and you feel some feelings. And then,
What was that transition like coming from Europe to the States, though?
food.
And then also, I understand that you was coming for Georgia Tech at first to play ball.
Tore ligaments.
Yeah.
Broke. That was my heartbreak.
Yeah.
Was tearing ligaments and my hoop dreams just saying, "Arr." No. So record scratch. And I
Yeah.
just used to write in a diary and write my feelings, and that became my plan B. So music is really my plan B. It just kind of worked out.
Was it a culture shock when you touched down, though?
Not really. I do have like the American side of my family.
Oh,
Both
okay.
of my parents have African American fathers.
Yeah.
So it was, this is easily translatable. And I
Yeah.
feel like all of my aunts were sending me VHS tapes when I was a kid of Different World, Cosby Show, Martin,
Yeah.
like Living Single. And so I felt like I was involved. Even though we
right.
didn't have the high school experience, like, the prom. And I'm like, I want to be American. Like, I did. I was like, Mom, why can't we just let's go to America.
Come on.
Did you have those moments though? I know I hear a lot of people say that they came over and they thought something was one thing and it was another. Like one of the guys, he tried to do one of the dances and he was in a club, the wrong club, trying to do the dance.
See, for me, I don't know. Like, my black experience in the UK, I don't know, they're both the same. I didn't feel I felt at home. I felt like, cousins.
Yeah, okay.
So I felt that's why it was easily translatable for me. I think it was just, you have wide streets everywhere. Like in the UK, we're like narrow. You hear side street, it's not spin the block.
Yeah.
You spin the block in the UK, you were in Birmingham or like
that's a little
London.
miss the exit.
Right, right. So think about missing the exit on a smaller street. You don't know where you at. So I think that was adjusting, the other side of the car, things like that. Food portions, size.
yeah.
Because we
So I
get
was-
full over here.
Oh man.
We gonna get full.
So being an ex-athlete, I
Yeah.
still bowl. Well,
Yeah.
I still shoot.
Okay.
I act like
Don't
I have
get
some
twisted.
sense. Still shoot. I don't bowl. I shoot. But it's I went from not playing at all to being in the studio, late nights, early mornings, and then I'm just eating. Just eating. Ain't no working out, just eating.
Yeah.
So here's me, 50 pounds heavier, 75 pounds heavier, 100 pounds heavier.
Oh.
And I didn't care because I was happy.
Yeah, that's called happy weight.
Happy weight.
Happy weight,
Exactly.
Philly cheesesteak weight, pizza weight, just weight.
But let me ask you, when did it hit you? Because it just hit me a couple days ago. And I said, oh, hold on now. This
I'm
weight ain't that.
detoxing now.
When you realize you're out of breath doing your basic tasks.
Okay.
I was like, come
Yeah.
on, staircase.
Yeah.
And you don't realize, and you sitting down, you're like, I can hear myself breathing.
Yeah.
Like, you sit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like I'm
Yeah.
not, no, and I don't play that. So I've been on a health kick for a while now, maybe since 03. So the weight has fluctuated, but by the time it came off, like it was like, Floetry days were one thing,
Yeah.
and then it gets to late nights and early mornings. It's two different people. To the point where I have to explain to people, no, I'm the same person.
Yeah.
No one associates Far Away or Hope She Cheats with Say Yes. They're like, no, that's Floetry. And I'm
Yeah.
like, they're like, oh my God, that's you too.
Come on now.
But it's
Yeah.
like 100 pounds heavier, Marsh. And she was lovely. I love
Yeah.
her. Poncho wearing Marsh. She was a dream. Like,
Yes.
I love her. I can reflect and go, wow, did some healing, did some time. And then, I had a whole baby. And that was
Yeah.
a journey by itself. So
My
it's
God.
all the health things. But through it all, I can still see the music I was still creating
Yeah.
at that weight.